Hello, hello, hello. I don't know if we are live yet. Oh, we're live. Fantastic. So I'm Tamara Calder Richardson. I hope you're having a terrific day. I want to talk about something that could especially use spiritual or spiritually mature seekers. This should be of interest to you. And those wanting to open up the different layers of your multidimensional self and also your pineal gland. That's a common question that I'm asked a lot. As for me, those that don't know me, I am a 6-time near death experiencer. I've had over 400 hours of past life regression. I'm a contactee, abductee, as well as I've been in the different astral states like quantum travel. I even time travel. I teach classes on that on my Academy of Divine Wisdom, which you can see here. I'm going to talk about this course that's made just for you. It's coming up Thursday. Literally, this was a divine download. It's awesome. Not that I didn't know a lot of this stuff, but this was actually spoken to me to put this forth so you can take advantage of this course. It is Thursday. It's a 2-hour webinar. It's very affordable. I think it's like $59. But we're going to dive deep. I'm going to go into what is a multidimensional soul, how to ignite that in you. We're going to unlock blocked areas, and then we're going to go into activating that, which some of you, depending on your spiritual level where you are, is kind of where you're going to go to your next step. But those of you that want to open your pineal gland, it's definitely going to do that. So wanted to see if there was anyone that that's had these problems before. And I'm going to go over a couple things with you. We're going to do a little exercises right now because I think that would be helpful. First of all, the multidimensional soul. What is that? I mean, that is not just that we could be here, we could be on other planets. The soul goes on forever. And so it is a never ending, energetic, um, divine really power, and that's what I'm trying to get. So the more we can unlock and remove these blocks and layers that are unneeded, that are holding you back, you can get to the really good spiritual things like intuition. I am a professional evidential psychic medium known as the Southern Bell Medium. I do stage presentations on stage all the time. I love it, where I bring together people and their family. And I love how spirit always connects people in the audience that, like, do you know each other? Do you know each other? Okay, you had someone passed in a motorcycle, and whoever passed in a motorcycle, well, they come in spirit together, and they come for a healing and one of love. And that definitely lets all of us know, and people that love watching these near-death experiences. And I've been on many podcasts, including my own, the Seeking Heaven channel, and many others, talking about my near-death experiences because I've had quite a few. And when you go to these different, whether it's out of body, Kundalini, you go to these different altered states. But what about if you could do that more at will, where you could be more mastery over that? So in this 2-day, it's not a 2-day, it's a 2-hour webinar that's coming up Thursday. There are limited seats. I want you to sign up. We're going to talk about how to do that. I'm going to give you some guided meditations. It's going to be fun, because this is how I like doing things. And we're going to go in there and we're going to just really dive deep, pluck it out, and then really activate these multidimensional layers within you, which many of you, your sixth sense, if you want to call it that, it's kind of a funny thing to me, but your sixth sense, your psychic abilities, your gut knowingness, your, depending on the level you are, is kind of where you're going to go. It's going to really it's going to open up. And I need to explain that too. If it opens up, we may need a course on that, what to do, because I'm so opened up. So these are the things that's going to happen. I want to go over some questions with you right now, though. All right. So when you're activating the multidimensional soul, some things I want you to consider. Okay. Now think about yourself. If you have a notepad on your computer or by you, write these down, because this is about you. I'm going to give you some freebies right now. But as I'm talking, I want to also, before I forget, as I'm talking, I want to hold on, I want to put this up here so you have access to it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. And you're going to sign up for this, you can go to, gosh, that's big, Academy of Divine Wisdom.com at events, and it is the multidimensional soul. You'll see that. Again, there's limited spots. It says May 22nd. That's Thursday, and that's at 2 p.m. to 4. We may go a little over if everybody's rocking and rolling and we're having fun. And so that, and if you need to leave early, there'll be replays, not a big deal. So that's going to be at, if it's 2, then that would be 11 a.m. PST time, Pacific time. So I wanted to mention that and put this up there as we are talking. All right, so I'm going to take this down and show you this. I want to go over some things with you. Get that piece of paper back out. All right, so there's a checklist, and I want you to just kind of think. I'm going to go over some of this checklist. We'll go over it more in depth in the workshop, and I've got tons of other stuff for us to do. So have you experienced throughout your life any moments that triggered, that opened up for whatever reason? Could be grief, could be trauma, heightened empathic abilities where you connect to people's feelings, you sense the energy in the room, you sense maybe the location, the place, this kind of a thing. All right. The other would be intuitive insights. Do you get any intuitive insights with that? Maybe you're empathic about a person, a dog, a place. Do you get any intuitive insights? Like for example, I get it with haunted places, like historical, not all historical places are haunted. And some of them are just like imprints, right? Where they just kind of replay. And it's just like reminds me of that old time, like Silly Putty. I think they still sell it in the egg, and you take it out and you put it on the funny papers, right? And then you pull it off, and then there's the imprint. It's just an imprint of what's happened. And then sometimes with trauma, you'll have an imprint of what's happened, which feels awful, right? Feels pretty awful. Or someone committed suicide. They don't always have to be there. It could just be an imprint. But sometimes that will really unlock people's intuition, these little places and locations, being around certain people, like because I have such developed advanced skills, and I train also, not only I've been talking to spirit and have known things, details, roads, directions, all very detailed, have helped find missing persons. This has been going on since 3 years old. I wouldn't find a missing person then, but I've had abilities since then. I've actively worked on them, studying 8 years in the British style evidential mediumship with very well-known mediums and authors and so forth that in this field. So I put myself to the test, and I can tell you that anything that will come up in the class, I can help you with. So here's another one. Do you get really vivid lucid dreams? And do those vivid lucid dreams, do they ever come true? Okay. Now I find that when people have dreams / prophecy, if it's rooted in fear, is usually probably not accurate. I'm just going to tell you, a lot of people you see online, in the world. I mean, they've been talking about it. It's a bit depressing, right? And what did Jesus say? Jesus said, don't live your life and don't wait the time and place for whatever, right? I'm not going to put a label on it, for whatever happens. Needs to go live your life. And this is about living your life to the highest degree where you have mastery over your spiritual senses. So the other thing would be, do you ever feel, maybe you're laying down and you ever feel like tingles? Not neurologically, like you have a problem there, but you feel tingles through your body. You may feel it in certain places. Sometimes people call that a kundalini. There's also pineal activity. What I find, because I've been very triggered with my head area. Not only am I an Aries and a Ram, but having my near-death experiences, one was a nail through the head, other impact through the car of the head. I've had a lot of things with the head. Also, keep in mind, a lot of people enter and exit their body in this body when they are, you could say when they're born. Let's just say this, when they exit, it's pretty common for people to leave out of their head. I don't know why. I'm not saying your little orb body lives in your head, but we just kind of like to, we kind of put our essence in the body. Some people are anchored too deep in the body, and some people are kind of way out there. You ever met a big personality? You're like, whoa, and you can feel their expanded energy at the end of the room. Well, that's someone who has a bigger personality than those others. We could get into other things with energies, but I want to stay focused on about you and what you feel and how it may come in. Sometimes at night, and it doesn't happen all the time, but I'll feel like zzz, like that. That's what it feels like, like zzz, like a buzzing, like, like tingly, and it lasts sometimes an hour, sometimes 20 minutes. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'm getting an upgrade. Thank you, God. Thank you, angels. Thank you, gods. Thanks, Star Family, whatever. Because it doesn't feel bad. It doesn't feel frightening, but that's what I feel. And there's other people that are like me that often get that. Sometimes you can have a pulsation here. I can help you with opening the pineal gland. Some people it's stuck. A lot of it has to do with unlocking these multidimensional layers. It's going to, instead of going right here, you got to work on the whole etheric and the whole body, not just there. So that's something that we'll definitely cover. Anyone that's ever had dreams of angels or a being or a meditation where they're in higher states or they're have like dream heaven experiences. Okay, that's also connecting to your multidimensional soul. Your multidimensional soul, you have etheric layers, which we'll go over, but you have the multidimensional soul itself. The soul origin, soul origin. It belongs everywhere and nowhere. What a riddle. Thanks, Tamara. No, but really, it does. Your multidimensional soul is everywhere but nowhere. But where primarily I find that it resides is in the heavenly realms. So your higher self in the heavenly realms, because you've got a really big soul, is actually going, hello, Jim, Susan. Hey, you need to do this for your next step. So it's interesting, right? We always like to think on the outside. We need outside help, outside guides. And we do get it if we need it, but we don't want to give our power away, right? So we don't want to give our power. So not only the dreams, what about energy of places? Do you feel the energy? I didn't want to get into it too much a minute ago, but also the energy of places. So that's something that we can get into, the energy, because you can expand that. You can expand all these things that you already have, and it can open up and unlock. And I'm going to try to work with as many people as I can during that 2 hours. What about deja vu, being connected to the universe? You ever get that? You ever go on vacation and you're like, why do I know? I've never been to France. Why do I know exactly where I'm going and the street and this and that? Why is that? What do you think it is? You got to think, far as Earth goes, it's limited. It's like one planet. Now, if you get into multiverse versions of the Earth, that's something else. But let's stick with this. There's only so many places you can go. We're not going to probably go all of them physically because it might be kind of difficult to do that. Unless you just have all the time in the world, you want to visit every place you can. But I doubt you're going to go even in that land. If you went to Guam, you're not going to go to every jungle that's in there. So, but you can go astrally, of course. But this is part of being multidimensional. You don't have to physically go there. And again, when you cross over from life to life, that energy goes on. The soul is endless. And it's a very sacred, beautiful thing. And it's just, this life is just so important. I just lost someone, sad. It was my husband's cousin's wife, bubbly, outgoing, and just out of the blue, she died. It was supposed to be related to Crohn's, but it's kind of sketchy. Nothing bad. It was just, it could have been more things health-wise with that, is what I'm saying. But it was unexpected. And when these things happen, and yeah, I'm a medium, but I'm still a person, and so when I see things like that, my heart, I feel remorse. I pray for the family for peace and for comfort, because they need it. I ask for angelic hosts to be there. It's just, I do spiritual things that people don't even realize all the time for them, because it's the right thing to do. We can also speak abundance and happiness and all these things for ourselves. And that also can elevate being in connection with God, because you and God equals power. So look, I've got so much more. This is just a little tidbit. This is just the beginning. I'm going to rock and roll. We're going to go deep, and it's going to be fun. So tell your friends. If you tell your friends, I'm going to give you $25 gift card if you refer someone to this course, not another course, this course, Activating the Multidimensional Soul. Okay, if you mention that, you'll get $25 to use on past classes, upcoming classes, however you connect that you feel fit. And if you do that, then that way you'll get in people that will enjoy it. We can have fun together. So make sure that you do sign up, and I'm going to put that up. There's so much I could go into, but we will do it in the class. And I'm going to put that up right now, the banner, which would be, hold on just a minute. I've got it right here. There you go. So register. It's May 22nd, which is Thursday, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern time, which was 11 to 11 to 1 p.m. on Pacific time. So, and the others, if you're not sure what time, I think if it's UK, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 o'clock UK. Okay. So it's 7 o'clock UK. It's kind of weird with the summer when it changes and then it's like 6 or 8, I don't know, but right now it's 7, and that's time for you to relax and really devote this time for you. You need to have date night for yourself, work on your spirituality, and have fun at the same time, and have fun with me, because I know what I'm doing. I can get you to that point that you are unlocking these different dimensions. And you know, because I hear this all the time, why don't I have more intuition? Why can't I be more psychic? Why can't I? So you can be psychic, but there's a let's just say that psychic intuitive, but there's a scale. Are you a little bit? Are you all the time? Like when I took all these extensive training for 8 years, I put myself to the test. So, you know, I graded my accuracy rate. Mine was 85 to 90 almost always. Okay. The other 10% is, I don't know. I can't prove it. I don't know. You know, I can't, because I'm an evidential psychic medium. So I don't know. This kind of like question mark. But some of the stuff, you know, but it was always really darn close. So that's how you want to look at your precision and your accuracy. Do you get it some? And also, do you get the information just a little bit, or do you get detailed? You know, like there's a woman that you're going to meet, and she's got long dark hair, green eyes, so and so and so. She's going to offer you this and that, blah, 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 blah. She's very nice. I think you'll be friends. And I get this all the time. And the people go, oh yeah. It was like 6 months later. Oh yeah. I met her. She's so nice. Yes. You know, I get this constantly. So how accurate? Can you describe what you're seeing in detail? So that's part of opening your pineal gland. I want to invite you to come on Thursday. Register below. It is limited seats. And I look forward to seeing everybody. All right. Much love. Bye. Please subscribe, like, and make comments. And support this channel by becoming a member. Thank you for your continued support.